A fire broke out at a house across from the Cumberbatch Field in Belize City. Several persons are trapped. The authorities are not yet on the scene, so the residents are responding to the cries of help. Firefighters arrived to put out the blaze, and they're assisted by first responders. These are people who live in the area. They are now evacuating the persons inside, some of whom are injured.
Please go beyond the line, you're stepping too close.
These responders are residents who live in Lake Independence, Collet, and Port Loyola divisions in Belize City. They are now activating their plans in time of an emergency.
Definitely we need them because, like I said, they are the community disaster response team. They are the first to respond. They are the first responders. So whatever happened, fire, hurricane, a collapsed building or something, they are the first one who will be called on. And like I was informing them, remember they represent the community. It's their community they're looking after.
The responders have trained in emergency preparedness and response. They've completed 2 months of training through a project with the Belize Red Cross.
They are being trained in community disaster preparedness and response in different areas, including damage and needs assessment, shelter management, psychosocial first aid, children and adolescents in disaster, violence and crime prevention.
So the responders are now putting their knowledge to test in this simulation. CIMO and the Belize Red Cross are leading the community capacity building project.
Today we will be looking at how well they can respond in case of an emergency, maybe in drowning, in an accident scene.
What I want to see is how they, the flow, and how they work well along together, and to see if everything flows well and if they understand what they are doing. And from that, we could strengthen them in areas that we see that they fail.
And as they conclude their rescue efforts on land, the first responders are called out to sea. There's been a boat incident that has left several persons stranded at sea. The responders are now working together to bring those persons safely to land. Tanisha Vernon and Chelsea Colon are 2 of the first responders. They see the benefits of acquiring new skills and information. They say that it empowers them, their households, and their communities.
I had no knowledge about safety, about disaster, or whatever the case might be, and I was invited to be a part of the CDRT training coordinated from the Belize Red Cross. And there's a lot of things that I thought that I knew about my community and about my country in general, So being a part of the CDRT has broadened my understanding about certain things, how to respond in event, how to react, and who to contact and so forth. The fire safety, I was afraid of fire, so I overcame that phobia about how to extinguish the fire, how to respond, and how to go and assess damages and so forth, and a lot of things like I mentioned that I never knew about.
For the simulation, I was like in the search and rescue team. Basically, we just go out, search the people who need rescue, and then we just take them out so that the first aid can do their thing on the patient.
What was this experience like for you? Was it frightening? Was it scary? Was it new?
I had training for it. We at Cayo at the bazaar, so it was not really new to me because I already did it there. So it was fun, a nice experience as well.
Right. So why did you decide that you wanted to be a part of this as a member of the Collet community?
So that I can gain experience at least, because where I live, many disasters happen, and over there it get flooded. So for this, to me, it's like a big gain, so that when I go out there, I will know what to do. I could get people, make them help me. I could rescue them out, give them information. Yeah.
So the experience has been very valuable for you and your community.
Yes.
Today, the responders are being assessed by a team on the ground. This evaluation will help to find out the strengths and weaknesses, which will help to determine future training opportunities. Thomas Rivas is one of the evaluators.
We are just here to do the evaluation on all the extraction and also the packaging of patients that make sure they have it right, protecting the patients, and also doing the extraction without getting the patient additional injury from what they have already received.
How did this team perform? If you had to give them a grade, A, B, C, how did they perform today?
It's actually the first scenarios they ever had since the training. Some of them were trained a couple months ago. So giving them from 1 to 5, I would definitely give them maybe 3, 3.5, because it's the first time they're doing it as a reality with all the attraction and everything, simulation and everything. So it shows them how the stressful part of it, how to deal with it, working with time, working with the weather.
The boat collision, how did that one go?
It was one of them. I think it was a challenge one within the two, because they did with us swift water rescue. This is not a swift water, this is an open water rescue. So the distance, working with the wind, current and everything, it was kind of difficult for them, and they're not having all the facilitated things that they needed.
Based on what you've seen here, you believe that this group needs some additional training to be able to respond and prepare for a disaster should that happen in this area?
Definitely, because one of the, like I think I was telling them, one of the things they need to do is work with the community. Remember, it's a community disaster response team. So you have to involve the community. There are people standing there. I show them that you can ask them for help. You know, even though they don't, you are the one who is specialized or have the training. So you are the one who is dictating what is to happen. So you can ask for additional help on the side.
The third simulation was a road traffic accident, which wrapped up the field exercises. Following today's simulation, the community first responders will be certified and equipped with tools and equipment to use in the event of an emergency in their communities. They will also become members of the CEMO team and will receive more training in emergency preparedness and response. Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.